Hi friend, I'm Julia and I'm the mama and a grandmother.
And I'm Jocelyn, I'm her oldest daughter and also mommy. Today we're going to be sharing with you some fun Valentine's party ideas for kids. So these could be for a classroom setting, they could be for a homeschool co-op party. If your kid's friends with the neighbor kids, you could invite some families with kids over for this.
Or your cousins, if you're a little guy.
Or if your child has a birthday near Valentine's Day and they want to have a Valentine's themed party.
So what are some things that you remember that you liked about some parties we threw in the past?
Well, one thing we really enjoyed, now this would definitely be for older kids, but is to do a balloon dartboard. So you could have a ceiling tile or a thick piece of poster board and put your balloons in a heart shape or in a grid pattern.
Or just use pink, white, and red, a whole bunch of balloons, whatever works for you.
And throw your darts. Sometimes we might have like papers in them with like something funny to do, or sometimes we didn't put anything in
Or
them
there
at all.
might be just one that has, you know, you
prize.
get a prize if there's just, you know, you hit that one.
So Valentine dartboard, that's a fun option.
And then you really liked it when we took it up a notch about the Valentine mailboxes. You know how kids decorate their own Valentine mailboxes?
Yes.
Well, we took it up a notch.
And we did a decorating contest. So that was really fun. We kids got to be very creative, and my favorite that I made.
You decorated them at home, and then you brought them on the day of the contest.
Yes, we had more supplies at home. So it could be a oatmeal canister, like the big ones. It could be a tissue box. It could be a shoe box, whatever. And so my favorite one I did was a large oatmeal canister that looked like a robot. We used silver wrapping paper, and I gave it little heart robot ears and like 3 googly eyes and a little like antenna thing. So that was really fun.
You held on to that for years.
I did. I reused that mailbox for many years, not for contests necessarily, but I would use it as my Valentine mailbox for years.
Decorations.
Yes, or decorate in my room. So that was really fun, and we gave different prizes like most creative or out of this world, or
I think
funniest.
Yours would have been out of this world. Is
That's
what
true.
I think.
So
okay, so something I did was I had some just scrap material, cotton, red fabric. It could be whatever color you might have that seems Valentine-ish, and I just cut some hearts and stuffed them. And then so we like to play a game where you put this between your knees and they have to waddle up and then drop it in the bucket and make it a relay
between two teams. That was a fun thing. And another thing is we would either read the St. Valentine story, or we would have someone, this is usually what we did, we'd have adult man come dressed in like a white robe and like a tie around his waist as St. Valentine, and he would tell this story to the kids.
I love this story.
And we would do this before we did our next activity that we liked. So the kids had a refresher on the true St. Valentine story about who he was, where he was from. And so our next activity
would be we would ask trivia questions to quiz them. Nothing difficult, just simple. And I had found that I had a whole drawer. Anybody got a drawer where a whole bunch of stuff collects? Well, I had a drawer where a whole bunch of old keys were.
I don't know how we had that many, but yes.
Something from a suitcase, something from a house we used to live in, whatever. Had a whole bunch of keys, and I didn't know what they went to.
Right.
So I went to the store. I got a simple, inexpensive lock box, and we put it has a little hole here, and we put a lock through it and had a key for that. So then I took all the other keys and I made little paper hearts and punched a hole punch through it and used some yarns. Listen, this is an inexpensive thing. And so we had all the keys and we put them in the bucket.
There's the lock.
Yeah, we put them in the bucket where kids couldn't see what was which one worked, and then they would answer a question and they could draw the key out and try to unlock the lock.
Yes.
And they knew that there were prizes inside here. Now, I usually would put something where there was something for everybody in
like
there.
party favors.
But it could be just one grand prize where the winner got it. So that was, I was like, oh, who's got the key? Who's going to
paid
win it next?
attention to the trivia questions.
Yeah. Who didn't dink around?
Yeah. So that is definitely one of the favorite things we have done. And we even reused that idea at a Grinch party that we did for my son.
Because he had a heart.
Because he had the heart. So we did Grinch trivia questions. But that is a classic that we really enjoyed.
And then what we also, what you really liked is when we would have secret friends or secret Valentine.
Yes.
And it seems kind of, ooh, you know. So people would draw names of classmates, and then they knew that for 3 days before the party. So they might do, the teacher decides if it's going to be like, if the party was on Friday, if they're supposed to bring something Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Friday, or for longer. It can be for longer, whatever works for your group. And they might bring a little inexpensive toy and put the person's name and say, from your secret Valentine. And they would hide it in their desk or in their book bag or something.
Or just a homemade card too. I know when the first year I ever did it at school, computers were a very new thing at the time, and so it was really fun to get on there on paint and clip art.
We won't talk about what year that was, will we?
Paint and clip art, make little cards online. It was very cool to do that, but we'd also hand draw cards and things like that too.
Or, you know, maybe have a piece of candy that was clipped, or whatever the rules are that the teacher expresses are okay. And I know that I've done this also, that game with teenagers, and they loved it. You know, ooh, I got a secret Valentine. And so what we did then is we had a clothesline that, and so there was a clothespin, and so you would find the next day, oh, somebody sneaked in and put something on this clothespin, and it's got my name on it, and so you get to open it and see what it is.
Yeah, that was really fun. And at the party or the end of the time for the secret Valentine or secret friend game, you would write your name on the final one, and the person would try to guess who their secret was, of course, before they opened it. They're like, I knew it was you, or oh, I had no idea. So that was really fun.
So we like to enjoy holidays. We like to express things like the true story of Saint Valentine, or whatever the truth is there, because that is one of the most beautiful stories. Valentine's is not just about love. It's about a beautiful story of healing and God's love. And we like to emphasize God's love in whatever we're doing.
Yes.
Hi, friend. Thanks for watching today.
Subscribe and follow for more hospitality from the heart.